let's say we're going to pick up where we ended in part 1, where we were getting into working with the shadow and integrating the shadow and then using that in front of others. And so when you integrate a part of your shadow and you bring it out in front of somebody that has not integrated their shadow, you will be attacked. Okay? You will be verbally attacked. Possibly. This is all a possibility. I'm just speaking from my direct experience. You will possibly look, hi, shadow, hi. So you'll be possibly verbally attacked. You'll possibly be physically attacked, speaking from my direct experience. You probably will crusaded against, speaking from my direct experience. You'll be hated on. Okay, so you get it, okay? That it is very threatening to an individual who has not done any shadow work for somebody that is integrated to be expressing their taboo, kinky aspects that are so taboo and I can't look at them. They're all like your little shadow child. They're all your little child parts, but because they have been so rejected by that individual and by the society and by the culture, even though they aren't really wrong, but since the culture has made them wrong, they become this massive thing that kind of hinders you spiritually, creatively, in every way possible. So, if you do not, get to the root, there will be a block in you. And something I really enjoy about shadow is that it unlocks lots of creative inertia that is stuck and doesn't get to come out because you have a shadow, and it usually will show up on pointing to that person, I fucking hate how they act. But then all of a sudden you're like, okay, let me get off on how much I actually love how they act, and then you bring that part of you back into your shadow, and then all of a sudden you're creating, and it kind of has their esque in it, and you're like, fuck, they're my muse, I didn't even know, blah, blah, blah. But really it's just because that was a disowned part you put on them, and you brought it back into self, and then boom. So how do you actually do shadow work? This is what you want to know. How do you actually do shadow work? And I don't think there's one right or wrong way. I think it takes awareness, and it takes some information and understanding. There's some books that you can check out. I would say Existential Kink is the easiest. I also read Meeting the Shadow. It's a big chunky book that helped me in the beginning. These books I read in the beginning, but then after I got some solid information, I kind of just took it from there. And I've done so much shadow work that it's very easy for me to just spot where my shadow is lurking, because I feel it. I watch my mind. I see what my mind is doing, and I realize that there's energy there and that it needs to move through me. So I usually will use somatic work on how to get it out, and I use a lot of somatics, a lot of, even in dreams, I just know it's the unconscious mind. So it's like if I wake up and I have a dream, I know oh, there's a shadow there if it needs to be, right? It needs to come out. I also realize it when I feel parts of me aren't being seen and not being able to come out anymore, and so I kind of have to what's going on here, and it might feel a little bit uncomfortable. But the main thing is how I know to do my shadow work is when I see something that I don't like, I know it's a shadow that I have. And that is just my main thing. Other people can also reveal to you your shadow, okay? Because if you can have honest conversations with people, you tell them how you feel and what you see, and they can tell you what they see and within you. And if it triggers an emotion in you, oh, ding dong, ding dong. That's it, baby. It's hard, but you can do it. Just thinking about the things I've had to do just to release shadow is whoa. It's also a lot of truth seeking that comes from it. Man, an embarrassment. But I guess I'm just embarrassed because, I reveal something that is taboo or culturally, and so when it's said, it's very, 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 very that's it. It's very, 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 very. Yeah. I go to this tantric lady. First person to validate that shit that I do. To get like shit going. And like getting the kinks out. I call it getting the kinks out. So when something is like triggering a shadow, I go like weird and shit. Like this to me is triggering all the shadow stuff to be coming up. It's like if I cut that out, I might cut that shit out because it's so weird. I can't handle it. Kidding. Obviously I can handle it because it's I've looked at it. I've looked at that part. So I would say that's what it's about. It's about looking at the parts of you that are... Just show you this little technique. So basically what you want to do is you want to recognize that the Antichrist is... The Antichrist is you. It's all the things that you don't like about yourself and it's so bad and does all this crazy shit and is like, such an issue. And it's what is really playing out in the 3D. I don't know if I touched this on the first video, and I really fucking hope I did because it's so important that until you heal your shadow, until you make love and dance with the Antichrist, you cannot change your circumstances. You cannot change your circumstances. You cannot change your circumstances. And it's the quickest way too, because like I said, you dance with the Antichrist, boom, the energy is released and the creative energy can go. Creation is how we move forward. Creation is what moves us and changes things for us. This is all creation. This needs to change. This is creation changing. This is the Antichrist playing out. So you have to get on the team with it or her. Because if you have no relationship with your shadow, it will keep on playing out. And you'll be calling it like, I can't change. Yeah, bitch. Because I don't want to. That's your shadow talking. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to sit your ass down and you say, Antichrist, come through. And you want to put your Antichrist in front of you and you want to look at it and it's like all your darky. And you say, and you have a conversation with it. I'm like, how can I get on the same page with you? Ba ba ba. You know? How can I do that? Huh? And you get on the same page. And you say, why are you doing this? And they tell you why. And you're playing both sides, obviously. You're talking for the Antichrist and you're talking for the conscious. And so when these two come together, when the conscious creator and the Antichrist, the unconscious, come together and they make love, they basically will be able to transmute and create and shift your life. And so when, okay, I'm not going to do it. I'm annoying. Ah, my hip just popped. Yep. Yes, bitch. There was a shadow there. Just pretend I'm a movie character and that, like, everything I say is just a script. I tongue a lot. I tongue so much. That's my shadow. She tongues. It's only me, really, though. Yeah, I gotta ask the Antichrist why I don't have a boyfriend yet. Why I've been single for years. Why I haven't had sex. All right, let's go. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great, fabulous day, and I will talk to you on the next one. Toodles. Bye. Oh my God, she's so vibrant today. What the fuck?